house or somewhere. That's how we do. We don't give a damn. 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 Shit it work, we know this. Thank God, some shit it work, we know this. Thank God, some shit it work, we know this. Thank God, some shit it work, we know this. Give it, know this. Lay it down, sick. Day one is screaming down, sick. Day one is straight, line them all up, knock them down like this. Oh yeah, I-Us. Let's welcome these folks to the Uso Penitentiary. Hey, let's get it, Oos. It's not paranoia, it's the Uso. 300 pint gated skid seats coming.
Wrestling has more than one royal family.
The acclaim, top of the chain, so I bet you know the name. Getting all the fans entertained. The acclaim, running in the game, and we in our own lane. Everybody saying that they wanna be acclaimed.
The king of rock, what? The king of rock, who? The king of rock, what? The king of rock, who? The king of rock, what? The king of rock, who? The king of rock, what? The king of rock, who? The king of rock, what? The king of rock, who? The king of rock, what? The king of rock, who? The king of rock, what? The king of rock, who? The king of rock, what?
If you believe yours is the only way, then you're the fool who lives to die. Will you just hold on? Hell, you're gonna pay on the other side. Once you reach the other side.
Bada bing, bada boom. Realest guys in the room. How you doing?
I got a new spot over here.
I don't know how we switched over. What happened?
I'm happy about.
there
Oh,
we go.
hey, come on, bro. Wow.
I'll bring it back.
Yeah. Let me
Bring it
rock
back.
over here for the day.
I didn't even know I could do that.
Yeah, let me go over here for the night. That looks all right over here. I feel like a new man.
There you go. Brand new. Bad bitch alert.
Yes, sir.
How's everybody doing tonight? Welcome to the 3D Wrestling Podcast, the podcast with the greatest intro of all podcasts. We are the highest produced podcast. We got everything on lock right now. We got a banner, we got an intro, we got sound effects. We got everything. People got to add this stuff in, like After Effects and Premiere Pro and shit like that. Nah, we got it live.
You know why we got that, Dre? Because we have fucking Mayhem Macon on our side. That's why. That's why we got this. Because we got the one and only, the CEO, the COO, the everything of Macon Productions, the one and only Dre Macon. Okay, we got the owner.
Pinhead Larry.
What do you say?
Pinhead Larry.
Also, me and Dre were coming into this show thinking we were going to be a two-man group because our beloved King Apollo is in the motherland of Jamaica right now on vacation, but he decided that he would jump in on this goddamn episode still, bringing pure joy to all of our hearts. In case I know any of you who follow us, I'm sure you've seen the incredible video of my boy out there in Jamaica straight getting it, letting y'all know, like, yeah, I still got it. Don't try to act like I ain't got it, because the boy got it. Let me just say that. All right. The boy got
it. I don't got it. I'm old. That was the whole point of the steps.
No, shut up. Okay. You was getting it. You was getting it. I watched that shit so many times, just smiling, just happy.
With the drink in your hand. What you had in your cup?
It was Hennessy.
That's it.
Oh yeah, he was full on Jamaican mode. That was a real
somebody getting pregnant out there.
I got pregnant.
That's what I said. All I was looking for was somebody to get power bombed through a table, but apparently that was too much of an ask.
It was when you were at a family resort.
Well, Derron, I'm very happy that you were out there having a good time. I definitely know that the life that you live, I can honestly say that you deserve every ounce of joy that you were getting on your vacation, and I'm thoroughly thrilled for you to see you out there smiling and having a good time, my friend.
For
Well,
real.
thank you, sir. I mean, to be honest, it's been a long vacation, so but yeah, thank you.
It's Jamaica. Just live it up. Just live your life.
Check. I put in my headphones. Can you hear me?
Yes,
Yes,
we
sir.
can.
All right, sweet.
And we can now say that this podcast has gone international.
I'd say so. I would say so.
So we're here. We're live. But how y'all doing, fellas? How you doing, Mr. Daniel? How's it's another Wednesday, and this is three less people at AEW Dynamite. But now we got a big man in the audience.
Bro, listen. Well, to answer your first question, I'm doing great. Feel great. I got both Cody Rhodes and Rhea Ripley in Call of Duty, so I've been fucking running,
Okay.
and they got these cool like wrestling modes, like where you gotta just like shoot someone down, and then you go finish move them, and you give them a wrestling move. So like there was like the Riptide, the Crossroads. You pull out a steel chair and you fucking decapitate somebody, basically. So
Jeez.
yeah, I'm feeling good, doing great. Got my coffee here with these two beautiful gentlemen that I get to do this every weekend with. So yeah, I'm feeling good. Wrestling is at an all-time high, and I am fucking feeling great. Dre, how are you feeling?
So Wednesday. So you know what that means? Everything is in order at 8 o'clock with us three. We're doing a damn thing as we always do. Trying to go live on Instagram right now. Forgot about that. Sorry, Instagram. And shout out to the viewers that's tuning in right now. What's up? How y'all doing? They probably tuning in from YouTube and Facebook and everywhere else. And we just trying to make it a day at a time, you know?
That's it. That is it. Derron, how are you feeling, my beautiful dread-headed friend?
All right. I got old dial-up connection, so I will freeze from time to time. Other than that, we good, man. I'm here. I'm hot all the time. So yeah.
Pure joy. Pure joy. So let's get into, we got a big weekend ahead of us, boys. All right. We got SummerSlam on Saturday. I got a family event that my mom is throwing at my house, to which I already told them that the time of the party will be from 1 o'clock to 6:30. Okay. Everybody got to be out by 7. We got things to do this Saturday at 7 p.m.
Yeah. Brian invited me to his place, so I gotta leave work at 6:30 or 6, and then drive to the city to go watch SummerSlam.
Hey, listen.
Since we're talking about SummerSlam plans, Pun that's down here in Florida, they doing like a little hosting thing. If you're in Orlando, Florida, at a hookah lounge, SummerSlam
Nice.
watch party. So
Hey man, you never know who you might see. You might see the great Mayhem Monday Dre Macon.
Mayhem Monday making right
you
there.
about to see me on the flyer. Just post it up.
So yeah, big weekend. I see people complain, and this is the thing. I'm seeing so many people, because apparently a lot of black people are feeling unjust about the SummerSlam card. We'll get into all that TikTok banter in a little bit,
Oh yeah, I got those screenshots.
had some, I gotta address those people. But yeah, I saw people complain like, oh, there's no black people on this SummerSlam card. Blah, blah, blah. There's no like, I'm like, bro, what are you like? People don't just get booked because of your color. Like, you're not just going to, or people are like, oh, there's no tag team match on SummerSlam. Look at the landscape of the SummerSlam card. Every single match, there's 7 matches on the card. Not one of those matches does not have a story. So don't just put a random tag title match on there for no reason. There's only one match on that card that's not for a title, and it's arguably the true main event of the fucking card.
That is true.
Like, come on now. Like,
Come
people are
in,
like,
come
what do you
in.
mean? The card is great. I'm thoroughly excited for this entire card.
So the thing is that I've been realizing ever since Triple H kind of took over is that everyone is not booked on every single PLE. Gunther, who is the current King of the Ring, I feel like he's only done what, WrestleMania and King of the Ring this year as far as PLEs.
Hey, wasn't that Money in the Bank? He was in
I
the
don't think
Rumble.
he was. I don't think he was
Wasn't
at
that Money in the
Backlash. So like, you know, cards now they kind of flop back and forth. So not everyone's going to be featured on every single one unless you're a guaranteed world champion or stuff like that. So it's a toss up back and forth. So trying to say that there's no black people, all stemming from this whole MVP thing, not booking black people correctly and all this type of shit. Like it's chaotic over here now. Triple H getting the race card heavy, but it's people just got to be realistic and just look at the landscape of everybody and not just one person.
Yeah, it's honestly just fucking absurd at this point because it's like think about what black stars currently in WWE stand out to you as top tier talent.
That's not in NXT. That's on the main roster.
Correct.
Only Carmelo Hayes.
Okay. Who's been showcased, who had the match of the night on SummerSlam on SmackDown a couple weeks ago, correct? With Andrade?
Yep.
Okay.
Wait, question: is there any more black people in the main roster right now except for Hayes?
Oh yeah, we got the Street Profits. We got that was on SmackDown. We got Apollo Crews that's teaming up with Baron Corbin. Apollo Crews, still being featured on TV, even though he can't talk for shit and don't have a character to save his life. It's still on TV and still
What are
got
you talking about? His character is Nigerian.
Well, not now.
Oh, they scrapped that already?
Yeah, that's gone. But
how you talk without an accent, get an accent, and then get rid of the accent I mean, King Booker did it, I guess, but regardless, so yeah, like, and obviously Jade and Bianca featured as top tier stars. What, like, okay, so who else? Who are they fumbling that is African American on the main roster?
Me.
Besides DJ King Apollo, the greatest ECW champion of all time.
because I'm pretty damn sure Cody Rhodes is doing well for himself.
That's what I'm saying. But here's when people keep talking all this racist shit, it's like, okay, who is there that's being mistreated?
While we're here, let's go to the, because if you didn't know, this past week we up, huh?
Go to the receipts.
Yeah, let's go to the receipts. He uploaded a snippet on TikTok of Daniel saying that Triple H is not a racist, right? And here are some of the comments that came along, and here are the receipts for it, because you got to have receipts for every single thing nowadays.
You gotta have receipts.
Look what these
You
niggas are saying about me.
Let me go to the first one. So you got some people saying, like, you spit the truth, saying bro, saying facts. They're saying, look at the gimmick style he puts black wrestlers in. All right.
What's that, Dre?
Ever since Triple H has been in charge, I don't know what other. I don't think he's put anybody in any type of gimmick, unless he's talking about, like I said before, I probably said it in that chat. Unless he's talking about a New Day or an R-Truth, which was already pre-exposed gimmicks under the Vince McMahon era, that they are the ones that created.
Yep.
That shit got 3,000 views.
Oh yeah, we was cooking.
Yeah.
We're not doing King Apollo TikTok views, but we doing some views.
King Apollo ain't doing King Apollo TikTok views. So I'm not allowed to curse because my mom's in the other room, but that's out of here.
Yes. I love that.
They say people are over people of color. I think people want to see someone that looks like them succeed, but you can't expect a white-owned organization to look good on us. And this is another comment that I said on the thing. Okay. The president or CEO of the WWE is who?
Nick Khan.
Nick Khan. That don't sound like a white name to me.
And it sure ain't. It ain't fucking Gerald Fitzgerald, you know?
Yeah, it's not. So I don't know who we're trying to get at there. One of the head of the board is who? Dwayne the Rock Johnson. And before people say, "Oh, he's whitewashed," he's still black. All right,
Yeah, he will put every Samoan on the card if he could.
he's still got a black father, no matter where they try to say. Due to spitting, let's go to the next one. They're talking about Bobby Lashley specifically. Bobby can't draw, period.
I'm not gonna lie. Bobby in TNA was a better draw than Bobby in WWE. Come in.
1000%.
Yeah, when
Yeah,
he was
like-
like the
1000%.
every champion, and yeah, Bobby in TNA was a much better draw than he was in WWE.
So, people saying totally agree. It's about the black man being able to be a man, not a joke. Look harder. All right, so I guess we got to look harder now.
I mean, but there's the only jokes as a black man is our truth, and he's doing these jokes by himself. So
I just don't understand what joke that Bobby Lashley is doing, because right before he got injured, he was pushed onto the card of WrestleMania, in which we just discussed that many people don't get a position on PLEs because he was not on WrestleMania 39 in the first place, but he was on WrestleMania 40, and he won a match that they were not supposed to win. And, they got the rub.
You said they wasn't supposed to win that?
I should have went to the Final Testament. I'm sorry, that's bias.
That's hella bias. Shut your mouth.
We can't talk about it. We can't disrespect our best friend Karrion Nathaniel Cross like that.
Carrying
It's-
Nathaniel
it's-
Cross.
instead of-
Supporting the show since
That's
day
true,
one.
but instead it went to the final black.
I know Daniel might
Final
have
ligament.
I know Daniel might have a slight issue with Karrion Nathaniel Cross after her comments he said on Raw this past week.
It was a little much. It was a little much, but he's still a friend of the show.
We still love you.
Just carefully
The
next
final
time.
ligament
Carrie,
is
carefully.
crazy, though.
I know nigga.
Final
Well,
The
that's
final ligament is crazy.
that's not even the final ligament, and then this guy calling Daniel a house Negro, which is crazy work.
Which is
That just
crazy.
I'm not gonna lie. That's horrendous work, my good man. That's
Right,
horrendous
bro?
work.
Like,
He said, "Oh, you gonna hit me with facts, bro? Nah, that's crazy." First of all,
that's the thing.
the fact that
People
you
don't
forgot the
wanna admit
R
that.
in Negro is crazy. He called you a house
You-
Nego.
Like,
It's just
come on,
crazy.
bro.
That's wild.
Should be ashamed of yourself,
He said, "You
Bizzo.
a house Nego."
bro. These people are insane, and I just don't understand. It's just not a thing. There's no one's being fumbled. There's no one there. Bottom line, there's no one there that deserves that main event spot.
You know what's
If
crazy?
we
No, sorry, Dre.
no, go ahead. You got it.
You know what's crazy? If we did make an all-black wrestling company, no one would watch it. Let's be honest. They wouldn't watch it as they watch WWE. Think about it. All right, right now, if you can make an all-black wrestling company, you can think about as much black stars as you know. Give me 5, including your champion, your main champion, your intermediate champion, your tag champion, and your women's champion. Go.
I'll go first. So I would have to choose Swerve as world champion. Stick with that trend. Tag team champions. It would either go. I won't do Street Profits again. I would actually probably Private Party. Or the other two black guys, the infantry. The infantry is pretty good.
I mean, what about what's the other one? With the Sky High with
Scorpio Sky?
no,
D'Lo?
nah, you know the this terrible.
D'Lo and Chess?
No, Sky High, the Disney movie. Remember the Disney movie?
Yo, no, I can't say on the air I'll tell you later.
Okay.
In regards to that.
No, remember with Dante and the other guy.
Top flight.
top flight.
Top
Yes.
Oh, it's not the
Okay.
name. Not
Yeah.
Sky High.
No,
Same
it's top flight. It's close. It's
Okay.
right there. That's yeah. Those are two. Those are good
World,
too.
Craig.
As far as the women, I guess you got to go Athena. She's doing her thing, and also shout out to Red Velvet.
Let me just
Or Willow.
whole-
I'm okay with Willow being champion.
Yeah.
this Athena thing. All right. Athena, let me just start this out. Athena is absolutely incredible.
Watch out now.
Fantastic.
I love that one.
Wonderful professional wrestler. But when it comes to her title reign, it is the classic case of if a tree falls in the forest and no one is around to hear it, does it make a sound? Because as legendary as this run is, what do we really know about Athena's reign?
I don't know shit about it. I don't know who she defended it against. I just know she's been champ for 600 plus days.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't even know when she won it, but I love that woman.
I rest my case. That's all I'm gonna say about it. Is like people are praising. No one is watching Ring of Honor.
So, is that the same kind of case with Alba Fire when she was NXT Women's Champ? NXT UK Women's Champ, yes.
Sure, yeah, sure. I think more people watch NXT UK than
Ring of Honor,
and
definitely.
are watching Ring of Honor on the app. Like, I 1000% agree to that. I watched NXT UK for a hot minute. But yeah, like, it's like, okay, it's legendary. I want to praise all this, but like, who's out there? Who? It's like, you want the respect on it, but it's like, what do you want? Like, I don't know, bro. That's just my view on it.
It's just another like, hey, Tony Khan, you got a phenomenal talent in Ring of Honor doing her thing for 600 days. Let's put her on Dynamite a couple of times. You got Mark Briscoe on there, Ring of Honor champ. You had Samoa Joe up there, who was champion at the point in time. Let's get the women's champ up there and have a couple of showcase matches.
Thank you. That's the crazy part. Is like, you are putting these random ass ROH things on AEW, but you don't put this fucking longest reigning women's champion on your television. You want to mix up this shit all the time, defending Ring of Honor titles on your pay-per-views, but you don't want to give Athena any TV time
for 600 days.
I'd have had Athena interrupt what's her name? Something May doing that.
Mariah May.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I thought her name was something else. But yeah, I'd have had her interrupt Mariah May when she was dressed as Toni Storm in the ring. I'd have had her interrupt Thunder Rosa. Like, you have mad women that are good.
Bro,
right.
You literally have a double champ. All right, thanks. Thanks, StreamYard. You have a double champ, and Mercedes Moné talk about, oh, I'm double champ CEO, and then have Athena come out for that shit. There you go.
Exactly.
Title versus title versus title. Let's do it.
I fucking hate Mercedes so much.
If
like
Mercedes,
I really do. I really do. Like,
if Mercedes beat Athena and become Ring of Honor Women's Champ, that would be.
I would every single week, this little white box where it says we all know Liv Morgan, it would literally say fuck Mercedes Hogan.
It's wild.
You mean Mercedes Zane?
Nah, chill. He's about to drop it.
I heard his promo.
You think so?
He's about to drop it.
His promo last week said something about 24-inch pythons. I could have swore I heard that.
Shut the fuck up. Y'all niggas is wild, bro.
He was talking about his calf muscles.
You don't think it would mean more for him to beat him in a stadium of 40,000 people than to beat him in Toronto in front of 17,000 people?
What if Braun connects with Canadians more than Cleveland?
Shut the fuck up, bro.
I mean, to be honest, Braun's family had a big showing in Japan, so they can just drop it in Japan.
No, this is perfect for Braun. This is awesome. He cut a great promo on Raw. This is perfectly fine. And Sammy is going to do the job, and he's going to drop the title down to Braun, and it's going to look it's going to be better than if he would have won it the first time.
You say
I swear,
that until
Daniel.
comes down in them Hogan colors.
If we
I
here
swear to
next,
God,
if we here next week and Sami Zayn is still champ, you got some explaining to do.
sir, I will write an apology letter to the both of you and read it on this show.
Mm-hmm.
All right, sign
Sami
sealed
I
Zayn
delivered.
finna come
promise
out
you.
with that. Dun, 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 dun. When it comes flash with that, that Sami Zayn gonna come out like that.
I will raise this desk up and stand, and I'll put my Sami Zayn backdrop up and talk to him, and then take it down.
Crazy
All
work.
right, that's what I will do if Sami Zayn walks out Intercontinental Champion.
That devious works, my brother.
Unless Sammy turns heel to retain his title, then you know,
Nah, I don't
that's
see
another
that.
story. But yeah, I want to get your guys' opinion on something because I thought it was stupid. This is from Vince Russo. We all know Vince Russo.
Hey, the creator of Brawl for All.
Vince Russo pointed out the contrast between Bobby Lashley and Sami Zayn in terms of star power. Russo highlighted that if a picture of both wrestlers were shown to 100,000 non-wrestling fans and they were asked to identify the star, the overwhelming majority would choose Bobby Lashley over Sami Zayn. It is indeed puzzling to see Sami Zayn headlining Raw while Bobby Lashley is seemingly overlooked. Russo's questioning of this decision raises valid concerns about the criteria used to determine main event status in professional wrestling.
I personally don't want to hear shit Vince Russo has to say because his biggest rivalry involves his company, WCW. So whatever he has to say, he needs to shut up about it. To be honest, I agree with him. People would say that Bobby Lashley's a star, but those are the people who used to watch like the older wrestling where they push the bigger men. So of course they're going to choose the bigger guy. They're not going to look at Sammy. Oh, he looks homeless. That's probably what most of them are going to say. Oh yeah, the other guy looks homeless. I don't believe he works at WWE at all. They're going to choose the bigger guy because they're used to the Hulk Hogan's and all these bigger guys getting pushed. The John Studs and the Junkyard Dogs and all these old big motherfuckers. So of course they're going to choose Bobby Lashley. Vince Russo still thinks like that because at the end of the day, it's not Vince. Vince Russo feels like it's not his fault that WCW crashes. We all know it is, including with Hogan and everything else. And Conan being a part of NWO. But anyways, Vince Russo has a backwards way of thinking. So I get now if Eric Bischoff said something like that, maybe, but Eric Bischoff also has a backwards way of thinking. But we're not gonna listen to Vince Russo because he came with the Brawl for All because JBL wanted to start a fight in the locker room.
I mean, the overall consensus of what he's saying, I can get it if he's looking at non-wrestling people, right? Non-wrestling fans. But the dynamic of pro wrestling has changed over the years. We went from our Hulk Hogan's to Lex Luger to literally Daniel Bryan being the face of WrestleMania 30. Like, it's crazy.
Here's my problem is that because there's also wrestling fans who are online like, yeah, like, you know, like Sami Zayn, you know, he doesn't look like a star, like, you know, like Bobby Lashley should be there, blah, blah, blah. Like, these were the people responding to that post. And I literally came in and I just said this. I said, you were basing the fact that Bobby Lashley should be the main event because of how he looks, then Ridge Holland should be the NXT champion. Okay?
Or Duke Hudson.
Mason Ryan would have been WWE World Champion.
Yuck.
Oh,
Okay?
Budget Batista.
All right? Like, it's just, I just don't understand. It's like I don't even know what Bobby Lashley could do that he would get an ounce of the investment that I have in Sami Zayn into him. Just investment in the character alone. You know what I'm saying? Like, when Bobby was with the Street Profits and they had, you know, those pride hoodies and shit, I was like, all right, we can get behind this. That didn't do anything. But even then, I was really behind it because I'm like, yeah, I'm a black man. I'm invested in the fact that they're black and not the fact that they're special. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I'm invested because of what they were wearing. I'm like, oh, yeah, right on. I'm invested in that. Not on a personal level, not invested in the character, just invested because I'm a black man and you're repping are people right now. But like, I'm not going to say that someone deserves something because they're black. Like, it's just not going to happen. I didn't care if Kofi got a title match and won in 2009. That would have been like, oh, that's cool. Black champion, whatever. But Kofi's grind to Kofi Mania and the New Day and being invested in the New Day and being invested in Cody and Kofi is what made Kofi Mania so fucking special.
Right.
You see the difference? The difference is 2009, it would have been like, that's cool. Black champion. 2019, it was, that's great. Kofi Kingston, who I know has been working hard, black champion.
Yeah, he was supposed to win that Money in the Bank until Jack Swagger got it.
Yeah, bro. Like, there's a difference. Like, people want to be like, oh, this person's there just because they're black. No, not because they're black. No, you want it to be more than that. You don't want it. You don't want them to get that just because they're black.
Also,
You want them to get it because they earned it and they deserve it.
if they cared about Black Champion, MVP would have done more than just United States in the WWE.
Fair point. Man went to Japan and became the first IWGP Intercontinental Champion now.
This is factoids.
Good for him. But yeah, people just got to stop with pulling race
What's
into
up?
everything in wrestling. Like, it's just not the case. Like, did you see? Yo, Dre, you were there. That promo video for Javon Evans last night.
Hell yeah, that was dope. That was so dope.
That, when I tell you, that sent my investment in that man to the next fucking level. It was beautiful.
And I saw like a little black kid like on the corner, and like he was looking at that, and I was just like, you know what he's doing right now, that black kid is probably gonna look up at him, looking at the same shit that he's talking about with Jeff Hardy's and all the other shit. It's so dope.
Because think about it, that little kid can look at that and be like, you know what? I also can do that.
Mm-hmm.
That's a great representation. The backstory, the way that they fit in the pictures and all that shit with his story. It was incredible. You're invested in him. Not just because he's a young black wrestler, but because he's a young black wrestler who has the same dreams and loves as us growing up, and that he made it a reality to make young little black kids know that like this is possible for them too.
This is what I also wanted to say, because a lot of people made that point of, oh, all this stuff is happening in NXT. That's Shawn Michaels, not Triple H. Okay, cool. If we look at the dynamic of what NXT is a developmental brand, right? Which means that these people on NXT within the next 3 to 5 years will be the main event of WrestleMania. We're already seeing that with the people that's already on the main event right now. Look at Seth Rollins, look at Braun Breaker, look at Roman Reigns, look at pretty much anyone that's in the main roster right now. If we look at NXT currently, most of them, hey, it's niggas. The dynamic of the WWE that's coming up right now, we got Kaylani Jordan, we got Lash Legend, Jada Parker, Oba Finmi, Wesley,
Ruka.
Javon Evans.
Black.
Like, we have so many minority talent coming up very, very soon. That is
Don't forget Trick.
Trick, what are we saying
Come
here?
in.
Internet, shut the fuck up. This is our goddamn show. Y'all ain't gonna say shit else, all right? We said what we said.
Niggas was hating, bro. Like, niggas was hating because they don't want to hear the facts. People hate when they don't want to hear the facts. Crazy.
Yeah, man.
Nasty work. Nasty work.
Nasty work.
Horrendous
Right.
work, my brothers.
Should we? Should we? Did you want to say something else, Daniel? My bad.
I just want to say, now that we got all the, just to let these people know, there ain't no house niggas over here. I'll tell you that. we are all unapologetically black and proud. Okay, we'll tell you that.
I'm not gonna lie. I do want Trick Williams' jacket. That black pride jacket he had on.
That shit was hard.
Yeah, like the
was.
fist. That shit was tough. I want that shit.
Shit was hard.
And I'm black, y'all. And I'm black, y'all. And I'm black, and I'm black, and I'm black, y'all. And I'm black, and black, black, and black, black. All right.
Jada Parker's the future, by the way.
She's my future.
Jada Parker is the future.
Yeah, she's my future.
Miss Parker.
Cue
So
the heavy breathing.
Q and our 3VP of the week, which Derron's 3VP every week is Miss Parker.
You damn right. Cue the lotion hands.
That's
Hey, we gon' bow, never fall. The champions.
I be jamming that song.
not that. Not that. Not that. Not that.
No, he did not.
Not that. He definitely goddamn did it.
No, he
That's
didn't.
crazy work.
No, he did not do
That is crazy. Just popping in and out. Crazy work.
Oh my god. Yo, he did not. He did not turn the camera on just to do that. Turn it off. Bro.
Crazy work.
Oh. Whew, that just got hot. Wow. That was incredible. Whew. Set it off, Dre.
Yeah, I'll set it off. So my 3VP pick of the week is probably gonna be a surprise to you fellas. Because of the shit that's been said about this man on this podcast previously. This man is a in-ring technician. I won't even say a technician. He's great in ring. So former Money in the Bank winner, former U.S. champion, former world heavyweight champion,
Can I guess
Rio?
who it is?
TNA champion.
Oh, hold on a second here.
Oh,
Give me a second.
boy.
Give me a second.
Oh,
Give me a
Dre,
second. We got
Dre,
Money
you
in the
talking
Bank.
about you
World
talking about Nick
heavyweight.
Nemeth, Dre? Dre,
Derron,
you talking about Dolph Ziggler?
No, he's not.
Derron, you hit the nail on the head. My 3VP pick of the week is Dolph
Come in.
Ziggler's opponent, Alberto Del Rio. I'm never picking that goddamn loser, Nick Nemeth. Fuck out of here. It is
What did I
goddamn
tell you?
Alberto Del Rio.
Didn't I tell you? Did I tell
Pick of the
you?
week. I would
Didn't I tell
never,
you?
ever pick Nick Nemeth as a 3VP. Never in my lifetime. I will. Good Lord. Del Rio won the only 40-man Royal Rumble.
Wait, Del
And he
Rio was
beat up-
TNA champion?
Yeah, he was for like a day. And then he beat up Rey Mysterio in his WWE debut. And despite what y'all want to say about him wrestling in front of 5 people now in high school gyms, AEW ain't doing no better. So that's it.
I don't know, man. AW
What's
doing
up,
better
Derek?
than 5 people in the high school gym, bro.
Dre, yeah, I don't even got the energy to argue with you right now. I ain't even got it.
Didn't I
The
tell you,
Mexican-
Del Rio? I knew
The
it was Del
Mexican
Rio
aristocrat.
because Dre's a
Ridiculous.
twat.
Go ahead, Derron. What you got for us?
As y'all know, I've been out of country. So I need somebody classic. You know what? My 3VP pick of the week is Mark Henry.
Okay.
Actually, no, you already did Mark Henry, right?
Yeah, got him last
did.
week.
Okay, we're not doing that. You know what? Here. My 3VP pick of the week is probably one of my underrated favorite black wrestlers from the Attitude Era / ECW era. He is Elijah Burke,
Okay.
aka in TNA, the
that ain't
D'Angelo
bad.
De
Yeah,
Niro.
Yeah, ain't
Okay.
attitude there. I didn't know where he was going with that, but
Okay.
Well, I
it's
said
like
ECW.
ECW,
that's
the
what-
new breed, ECW. Yeah.
Yeah,
you talking
I
about
said
the Pope?
ECW, but
Talking about the Pope?
yes, the Pope, D'Angelo De Niro.
Yes, sir.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you, Daniel. I know you like to do that thing where you be like, "Oh, name 5 Elijah Burke matches."
No,
I
no,
can name
no.
5. Not
I
gonna lie to you.
wouldn't. No, I only do that to Dre when we're doing brackets. I'm not going to say that about your 3VP,
Okay.
sir. I would
But
never.
like, he was very athletic. I feel like he should have gotten more than what he was given.
He had great Benoit
'Cause I-
matches. Him
That's,
and
but
Benoit
that's what I'm
had
saying.
some
He,
bangers.
he was hella this. He was hella dope in ECW. Even though like a lot of people remember him for him getting spear busted by Batista on that one random episode of SmackDown that I'll never forget in a day in my life. But then even when he like reinvented himself in TNA, bro, he was dope in there too.
Yeah,
So,
Pope was
like,
dope.
yeah, so I feel like he should get more credit. Like, it's not like he wasn't athletic. He was athletic as Shelton Benjamin. He could have those long matches, and his finisher wasn't that bad. It was
And
just
He's
like
wrestling in the Caribbean now.
He's a
Is he
good
really?
promo too.
Yeah, he's in like he's like staged like in a promotion in the Caribbean, like pro wrestling or some shit like that.
Oh, that's dope. But yeah,
Yeah.
the promo work is really good too. Like especially when he was the Pope D'Angelo Dinero, he made you believe. And he had the money fall before Okada did.
Facts.
That's true.
Facts.
When he had the fake $1,000 that used to fall in TNA, he definitely had the fake money fall before Okada did. So my 3 VPs, the Pope D'Angelo Dinero, aka Elijah Burke, because I feel like as a black man, he should have got more respect.
That's fair.
Yes. And I'll never forgive TNA for broadcasting this man over and over every time he popped up on TV to say that he's one of the stars of the Dark Knight. And I looked at the Dark Knight over and over to try to find this man, and I have not to this day seen a deleted scene, a cut scene with this man in it. I'm just like, all right.
I just feel like a lot of black wrestlers when they went to TNA, they either like went up or went down. But like with the Pope, he went up. With like Orlando,
Jordan.
yes, when he was covering himself in tape, and when he was early Velveteen Dream before Velveteen Dream. Let's not lie.
Shout out
There's a lot
to Dream.
going on.
Yeah, when he had that, remember that entrance he had where he was like one girl on one side, one boy on one side, and they were both feeding each other strawberries? That was his entrance. We didn't even know what match I was for. That was his entrance, though.
He came from the Raptors.
In
I
caution tape.
I think that was his debut, actually, in
Was that-
TNA.
Was that his debut? I
Yeah,
thought
he
his
just
debut involved him getting like milk poured on his body.
there we go.
Ah,
It's crazy. Cross the line.
yeah, that was a bit
This,
much.
this is nasty work. You know what's crazy? I know some girls that look like that now.
That's you go to Newburgh. That's what you find.
Yo, Trey, stop it.
This is what Miss Nettie. This is what Miss Nettie wanted to look like.
That's crazy work.
All your dinner is ready.
If Sexy Red came to the fucking Newburgh Illuminated Festival, that's all you'll see outside.
He'll be the first one outside. You know what is that? Anyways,
Dre, get this off my screen, bro.
Crazy work.
oh
Crazy
my
work.
god.
Moving on.
Shout out.
I have
out
my
Val
3
Venis.
VP, but Derron, I just want to give a quick shout out to someone since Derron went to the black man in the ECW of people who didn't get what they deserve. Actually, this man would have gotten what he deserved, but he had to leave wrestling to handle some, family stuff, take care of people. But fucking Marcus Corvon, the alpha male Monty Brown, bro.
Sir, the TNA promo.
Fucking alpha male Monty fucking Brown.
Different.
That man was so special and ahead of his time. He was so original, and he hit you with that pounce that he used, bro. Bro, look at that's an animal right there. That is
Legit.
an animal
I'm not gonna lie.
from the
He
Serengeti.
He looks like the most 90s black wrestler I've ever seen.
Bro.
For real.
I don't know where the Serengeti is, but I knew I didn't want to go there. Okay.
I think it's a forest in Africa, bro.
I don't know where the Serengeti is, but all I know is as a 13, 14, 15-year-old, I didn't want any parts of the Serengeti because of this man. Okay. I knew that was a neighborhood that I should not be in because this motherfucker, the way he was pouncing these motherfuckers, was just pure insanity. This man was a star. He should have been the NWA champion, TNA champion, every title they had over there. His mic skills were like no other over there. Monty Brown was fucking special. Like that. What could have been? That is one of the biggest cases of what if in pro wrestling history. Because I firmly believe that he would have left ECW, went to the main roster, and became a fucking megastar.
You know what's crazy? I feel like if they'd have put him in the Bobby Lashley place, he would have been better. Because it's not like Bobby Lashley, bro. If you ever look up the TNA promo where he was saying, I forgot who he was wrestling, but he was purring like a cat.
Oh
yeah, and he started like licking himself and then purr like a cat. And he was like, "Nah, but I'm a big dog." And he started barking, and he's like scared the announcer for like 2 seconds. I'm telling you, man, you'd have put him. He could. Oh my god, yeah, I agree there. I agree.
From the
it would have been fucking fantastic.
From the Serengeti to the Serenghetto, real quick before we finish our stables bracket. A couple of Instagram comments. So we got Dan Guido saying Bobby looks like a star until he opens his mouth. Pause.
That's my boy Guido.
And then Corey says that we was more invested with Bobby with the Hurt Business because of MVP. And Bobby needs MVP as a mouthpiece. Pause.
No diddy.
Before we go, that was just my honorable mention, but my actual 3VP is Paul Heyman from his biography this week. It was beautiful, masterpiece, and there was a random ass moment of Triple H like talking with Paul Heyman like after the Hall of Fame, just like giving him his flowers, and Triple H was like crying, and then next thing you know, I had a fucking tear in my eye, and I was like, I literally looked at my man's at work, I was like, whoa. I was like, I ain't see that coming. I definitely could have done without that. I caught a couple tears, but shout out Paul Heyman for everything that he's done in this business, continues to do for this business, and he is the greatest manager of all time, and I don't think that can be disputed by anyone else.
I'm not gonna lie, he has the most champions out of most managers.
That's right.
Wait, why'd you kiss the sky, Dre?
Because he's in New York. I'm in Florida, so that's further up.
Oh, well, normally people point to the heavens. I thought he's dead. I didn't know what was going on.
He's up north. That's it.
Cool. Cue the video of him telling us to suck his dick.
Now that's going south.
Geography.
This 3VP segment was sponsored by Midnight Meat Train.
Oh my goodness.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie. This movie is crazy.
You were Rampage Jackson,
bro. But why? Have you seen this movie, Dre?
Oh yes, I've seen it a couple times.
Yeah. He was wilding.
Crazy.
He was like, what was he like, a fucking an organ collector?
It was a lot of Daniel. If you haven't seen it, it's definitely watching.
Nice. Just a side note, Corey's. Oh, I just had a Corey comment on Instagram. Corey said, next week, let's create an all-black pay-per-view.
Okay.
I'm down because Joshua Grisham is fighting somebody. And also, I'm not going to lie, one match in my pay-per-view is going to be Javon, Mr. Super Bouncy, versus Jay Lethal.
We're going to have Orlando Jordan versus Velveteen Dream.
That's on the pre-match, the pre-show,
because that's a dark match.
Right, they're just gonna be like, "Oh, I can't wrestle you because you're me."
It's crazy.
All right,
crazy work.
All right, we're gonna dive into this bracket. Wrap it up.
Yes. Let's get into it. Present, share screen. I've had this tab open for a week. Trying to make sure my computer never shuts off.
Good.
And there we go.
You know what?
So
Shout
you-
out to Dre for putting his computer in harm just so we can do this.
for real. Just kept it in one spot. Make sure it did not leave the charger. So we left off at the Judgment Day versus the Von Erich family. Daniel's favorite, the Von Erich family. Oh, no, that was the Freebirds.
No, I love the Von Erichs way more than the Freebirds.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm
So-
gonna choose Judgment Day because the Von Erichs are a bunch of quitters.
What?
Wow. Wow. Ooh.
Also, mental illness is real. Like, make sure you get checked out. We are now sponsored by BetterHelp.
Now you say that. Now you say that.
Well, y'all will say y'all was too quiet, bro.
I was just, man, I was
I'll
just.
put on paper my answer is the Von Erichs, but I respect and understand why you picked the Judgment Day.
The Judgment Day is the greatest faction of this current era right now. But I have to give respect where respect is due and give the Texans their diligence and go with the original faction of all factions, and that's the Von Erich family.
Oh yeah, no. Shout out to the Von Erichs, but
Wow. Oh, shout
know
out
what I
to
mean?
the Von Erich boys and Dustin Rhodes winning 6-man
Yeah.
titles together in Texas. That was cool.
I mean, you know, the Von Erichs, they gave us like, even though the ones who
Over
were
the
here,
OG bloodline? What?
even though
What
the
do you
ones
mean,
who were
Derek?
here,
The bloodline's
What?
still in this tournament, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
of course,
Yeah.
they not get kicked out. But like, even though the Von Erichs, like,
Oh, he's talking
you know
about
why?
of this model because I said the Judgment Day is the greatest faction of this modern era. I don't count the bloodline,
Oh,
right? Because they're not there. OG bloodline is not there right now. So for right now, Judgment Day. But go ahead, Derron. Sorry.
I mean, the only reason why I harp on Von Erich so bad is because of my stance on like that old TNA wrestler from the WWE from the TNA video game.
Yes.
My stance on that, and the only thing I remember from the Von Erichs is that one woman, Von Erich from TNA.
Jesus,
they
we
fired
don't
her
talk
like
Von
about
Erich.
the worst. Good Lord. I'm about to
Yeah,
pick Judgment Day just because of that. Because they breed that woman. Fucking Lacey. What a waste of space.
Trash.
So you chose the Von Erichs?
Yeah.
Oh,
We're cooking with gas now, fellas.
I'm going with longevity over. Fuck. I can't even.
They got the
All
same
right, so-
accolades. They got the same
got-
accolades.
No, they don't. No, they don't. Mm-mm.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right.
As
Damn.
a black man, my heart says New Day.
Mhm.
But as a realist, Evolution. 16-time Ric Flair.
Literally.
Oh yes. Oh, I'm sorry.
Triple H.
Damn.
Triple H is a 14? No, Triple H is
14.
15.
14,
14, right? Triple H is a
14.
14-time. Batista's a 2-time or a 3-time World Heavyweight Champion.
A multiple 2-time WWE, but multiple-time world heavyweight.
Randy Orton's a
Randy
multiple-time
got about
champion.
13 of them bitches.
Yep.
God damn it, Xavier Woods. You couldn't get one? Shit.
And you know what's crazy? That's all mainline champions. Don't forget tags. Don't forget Ric Flair is a tag champ.
He's a tag champ in that picture.
Exactly, but also don't forget he was a tag champ outside of that as well.
God.
Randy's a tag champ. Triple
All
H
right.
got tags. Yeah,
All
it's
right,
Evolution.
Here's my counter argument to all the accolades that you're listing, Dre
Kofi Kingston.
or Derron. All of those accolades weren't in place during the run of actual Evolution.
Okay.
So when it comes to the actual stable itself,
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know where I'm going with this. I'm trying to make a case, to be
I'm
honest,
about to say,
bro.
I'm about to
I
say,
ain't gonna
I'm about to
lie
say,
to
you know what? You know
You
what,
had it
Daniel?
for a second.
Daniel, whatever you about to say, I want you to turn around and look at that UE thing you have in the background, and that evolution was a blueprint for that. So there you go.
Mm,
There
mm.
you go.
That's a
God.
good argument.
God, what a point.
I'm black. I'm going for the New Day. I'm sorry. And you know what? You know what it's because of? It's because of there's not a single. First of all, Evolution was heels, and I was young, and they were fucking mean, and nothing that's ever happened in Evolution meant more to me than Kofi Mania. I'm going with the New Day, but I thoroughly respect Evolution as a faction because that was like some, like they were the heels of the Ruthless Aggression era on Raw.
Bro,
Because the
I'm not
real
gonna lie,
heel, the
Evolution.
heel of the ruthless aggression era is JBL. But Evolution on Raw, Reign of Terror, Triple H was fucking. It was. I don't even know what it was demonic. All right, it was diabolical. All right, that man
So
was fucking evil.
so think about this. Like I said, I'm not trying to sway Dre's opinion, but think about this. Remember, y'all watch basketball, right?
Here and
Remember
there.
the first time where LeBron got traded to the Heat and he had
He was the
Bosch
biggest heel in
and
the
Wade.
world.
He had Bosch and Wade, and that was
Yep.
his super team. Evolution is wrestling super team.
Yeah, well, don't forget that super team lost to the Dallas Mavericks in 2011. But just want to put
It
that out there.
was their first year. He had the gel as a unit.
Yeah,
Just
well,
saying.
LeBron still got what, 2 in Miami?
I think so.
Yeah. So again, I'm not trying to sway nobody.
Listen,
But
Evolution was great, incredible. They were dominant. They had presence. They had aura. The limo, the theme song, the suits. They did it all. And the only downfall was Triple H's biker shorts, but that was a medical issue. But
right.
um, yeah,
So
I'm gonna go with the New Day as far as
here's
personal feelings.
here's my only thing, right? So evolution, because you were saying that everything kind of peaked with evolution participants after they left the group. Well, of course, evolution made Batista and Randy Orton the stars that they are. But I just remembered the fact of them coming back and reuniting, even though they wasn't the evolution of old.
They came back and
Just
got washed twice by the Shield.
yes, they put over the Shield, which is one of the greatest factions of all time. So to be on that type of level and then have three certified superstars come back and put over another crazy ass faction is great within itself. I don't honestly remember because so right now is currently speaking the New Day putting over younger whatever because probably Big E been out for a while and whatever, but yeah, whatever. It's just I'm gonna just go with evolution. So
I respect it. I respect it. Love you, New Day.
yeah, y'all did
Now I
fantastic
love
work.
them. Of course.
The New Day is honestly, they might go down as the greatest black faction of all time.
I was about to say, yeah, probably greatest black faction of all time.
Easily.
I don't know. They do have to go against the Hurt Business, but I feel like the New Day trumps the Hurt Business because in titles alone,
Yeah,
the UE,
Yeah. Same.
yeah.
except
go
for
with that.
Undertaker, everybody else is just like
Expendable. The bloodline.
Come on now. Moving on.
yeah, we don't even care here.
Sorry, blow.
Corey
Why?
said the New
Yeah,
Day put over the Usos, which they did.
Wyatt
they was
family.
they was kind of tag teaming back and forth. Yeah, the Wyatt family.
Easy.
Sorry,
Nothing
FBI.
was more dominant. Oof.
No. Yeah, it's the NWO.
Yeah, NWO.
Yeah, it's NWO.
That run of the Hart Foundation lasted like not even a full year, I don't think.
Okay, so this is my old man kicking in. The Four Horsemen is always the gold standard when it comes to foundations being put together.
Agreed.
Nexus did their thing, but to be honest, not like the Four Horsemen did.
I mean, look at
Any-
that picture. Look at the picture of the Nexus. Who made it?
Right back.
Yeah,
Not
right.
far.
Ryback. All right, maybe Ryback made it. What Justin Gabriel, aka PJ Black, he's doing his thing in the Indies. Wade Barrett is a great commentator. Heath Ledger has kids. Remember that was his whole thing before he left. He has kids.
I thought you were laughing at the fact that his name was Heath Slater and you called him Heath Ledger.
Oh, I forgot
okay,
about
well, that's my fault because I'm a joker. The
Bars.
greatest thing David Otunga did was being married to Jennifer Hudson. So
that
Facts.
cheater.
And
they
Michael
got cheated
Tarver
on.
is a fucking Christian rapper on TikTok.
Exactly, and
So,
then what we
it's
have,
the Four
aka Black Cena. Yeah, no, it's a Four Horsemen. You know what's crazy? Any iteration of the Four Horsemen always has titles. It's wild. Like somehow any iteration always has titles.
It's the Four Horsemen, but I think the Nexus will go down as one of the greatest debuts for a faction of all time.
Oh,
Because
boy,
nobody was expecting that.
You caught me
Nobody.
with that greatest. You took a little pause there, and I was like,
Boy.
I know this nigga tripping. Well,
Yeah, one of the like they had a impact that probably would have. They had a severe impact at a peak where WWE was not doing well, and that just brought such liveliness to television every single week, trying to figure out what the Nexus is going to do next. And shout out to the Nexus, y'all did great. Wade Barrett should have won a WWE title during that era, but whatever.
Facts.
yeah, definitely.
Fuck me, huh? Four Horsemen. Rounding out the final 8, the Shield is going over damage control. And
I'm sorry, but they are the greatest women faction of all time.
All right, so now we get into the heat of things, ladies and gentlemen. We got the Four Horsemen versus the Shield.
That's not fair because it's basically the same thing. I mean, all right. So you know what? I'm gonna go the Four Shield because
Every time.
mm,
Are you talking about the Shield with Kurt Angle in it?
or the Shield with Triple H.
Oh yeah, that was that live event, right?
Yes,
Yep.
sir. Okay, so the Shield is probably the greatest three-man faction in the modern era. The Four Horsemen is the Four Horsemen. I'm gonna go Shield because if somehow we pick the Four Horsemen, I don't want to do a Four Horsemen versus Evolution, and then my whole head explodes.
And we still got NWO too.
Jeez, God, Shield for me.
You go, Derron. I mean, Dre.
So growing up, like I was not a WCW guy at all. Like I was obviously all WWF, but even with that, I still heard of the Four Horsemen. There still was that nostalgic, like that aura of the Four Horsemen, even from back in the day. The Shield is the greatest faction of the modern era. Could honestly say they had that aura that people talked about the Four Horsemen back in the day. They obviously all three became individual stars while doing the absolute most while they was a trio. Like going undefeated for a crazy amount of time is crazy work. The same impact I talked about with Nexus, the Shield did. I don't know. This is tough.
You know what's crazy about the Four Horsemen? You know how, like, in any faction, we can be like, oh, well, this faction was made to protect this person, this faction. With the Four Horsemen, you don't know because anybody could be a major player at any time.
Arn
Tully
Anderson.
Blanchard, Arn Anderson, Ric Flair. Like, even when they had Kurt Hennig, they were still champions. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, any iteration had titles somewhat.
And then they had children that continued their legacy, except Arn Anderson, because Brock Anderson is a piece of shit.
Yeah, and David Flair is, yeah.
I'm
Arn
gonna probably
Anderson's son is his Glock.
that's Arn Anderson's son is now Cody Rhodes.
Right.
So
If Glock Anderson and Tessa Blanchard is a racist. So truth
crazy. I might go Four Horsemen, even though I don't want to.
What?
I really don't want to.
What? Nah, I didn't see that coming.
I gotta think of the aura
Here's-
that I've heard of Four Horsemen as a kid, and yeah,
I'm not gonna lie.
here's-
If you watch old WCW, yeah, I understand. But Shield,
here's
I
the
understand
thing.
that.
This is where I'm a little caught up now. Banger. With the Four Horsemen, obviously we are young black men in our early 30s. We didn't live through it. So, obviously it was a word of mouth thing, and then going back and watching it. And I feel like as much as going back and watching it and understanding the history of it, I feel like because we didn't live through it, that it gives it sort of a slight to us being adults witnessing the Shield and what the Shield has done. Now, I respect thoroughly the history of the Four Horsemen. And we obviously know they're probably the greatest four-man group of all time. It's the gold standard. It's the pedestal that people want to recreate. Here's the thing. If you take the people away from Ric Flair, how much did they actually do and how much did people care? When I look at Tully Blanchard and Arn Anderson, they needed each other. They didn't care about a solo Tully. They didn't care about a solo Arn. And I'm talking in their heyday. Not like Arn Anderson doing the spine buster at WrestleMania 18 to Undertaker. That was great.
that shit is beautiful. That shit is
magical.
Dre, whenever you clip this, just play that video. Don't even give a damn about no context. That shit is beautiful.
So when we look at the Shield and what they did in a short amount of time together, and then we look at each individual person, and because we were old enough to understand and live in the moment, I gotta go with the Shield. Because we lived it, we breathed it, we had to go back and look at the Four Horsemen stuff. We didn't get it in that moment, which is why I'm pretty positive anyone born before 1986 is going to be very mad at us for this choice.
Yeah, but they're also probably not watching our context.
Oh, Guido's my boy Guido, who was here earlier.
Corey,
Okay.
Corey's up there too.
Corey's up there, So yes,
you know
I
what's
feel
crazy?
like
He says Mox is awful. Don't factor that in. It's crazy.
You know what's crazy about
I
the
just
Shield?
talked
though?
about you, Guido. I said you owe me. I understand.
You know what's crazy about the Shield though? The Shield was so impactful that anybody that does a triple power bomb is now known as the Shield bomb. Like that's forever just known as the Shield bomb.
Made it famous. So
That's
yes, I'm gonna
Sierra.
move the Shield through.
I'm gonna
Sierra.
Oh, Corey said I'm born in '82, and it's the Shield.
Hi, that's
Nice.
it. That's all you got to say.
Thanks, Corey.
Evolution versus the Von Erichs. You're gonna piss off the old heads twice?
I'm pissing them off. Evolution, because Ric Flair got to go in sometime. All right,
I can't
I'll
say
piss 'em
everything
off.
that I just said and not pick Evolution.
I'll
So
piss them off.
I
Ric
will.
Flair, Ric Flair going into this is a multiple time champ. The only Von Erich that's a champ is maybe Terry. Like that's like a main champ. Kerry had his, I think Kerry and his other brother had tag champs. But like in terms of championships, it's Evolution.
Daniel, last week you mentioned the Freebirds and the Von Erichs having a rivalry and stuff like that, and the Freebirds were dastardly heels. If Evolution was back in the days with the Von Erich family, they would be those dastardly heels.
I will not argue that. I
Yeah.
hated Evolution. Hated him. A good hate.
Evo-
A good healthy hate.
Evolution was so good they made Goldberg look strong.
Fuck Bill.
Evolution has just passed you by.
Yeah. Shout out to Von Erich though.
Now we cooking with gas. Now we cooking with
Listen.
gas, fellas.
I'll set it off right now and I don't give a fuck. All right. I'm going with the bloodline. And I'm going with the bloodline for this reason. NWO, yeah, got WCW hot. Then they fumbled by throwing everybody and their fucking mothers in the group, doing all types of shit. Just reckless. Yeah, the fans loved it. People still wearing it, yada, yada, yada. Bloodline saved the WWE. Bloodline was that was the greatest. They're still telling it. We're going on a 4-year. No, we are in a 4-year story right now. The bloodline was must-watch TV. Roman Reigns finally becoming the man that we needed him to be. Elevate who the NWO buried everyone.
Yep.
Buried everyone. The bloodline elevated everybody they came in contact with.
Enough said.
If it wasn't for what Derek say, also might be the biggest underdog story. The world hated Roman. I hated Roman. I'm on Sports Illustrated talking about why I hate Roman. Like, and you know what? After he came back as you know, this tribal chief, the arrive, you know, whatever and leave, like, you know, whatever he was doing at that time, to show up and win. I literally tweeted at him. I said, Roman, I'm sorry. I apologize for everything that I said to you. I was like, you're doing great work. I'm sorry. Roman Reigns has crafted. We will never see a title reign like that again. While still elevating talent. Think about what we got. Think about the moments. We got Sammy in Montreal. We got Kevin and Sammy winning tag titles at WrestleMania. We got Sammy going home to Saudi Arabia and them defeating Roman and Solo in a tag team match. Elevated Jay, elevated Jimmy. Solo now running as the self-proclaimed tribal chief with Jacob Fatu and the Gorillas of Destiny. And now what's everyone's main expectation of SummerSlam? What is it, Dre?
The OG tribal chief coming back along with this whole original bloodline.
The return of Roman Reigns. The answer for me is the bloodline. And I'll be honest with you, it's not close at all to me.
All right. Dre, go ahead.
All right, you can go ahead, Derron. You got it.
So, Daniel, I understand it's a bloodline, right? But we've grown up in the 90s. Kevin Nash, Scott Hall left the WWE. They show up on WCW. We don't know why they're there. right? They're just bullying Eric Bischoff. We don't know what's going on. They're now the Outsiders as a tag team. They do their tag team thing. They go to the booth. Hey, man, we got a third man coming. We don't know what's going on. Third man? You know what I mean? Then we get a dumb, skinny, unfilled with goddamn steroids, Hogan.
HGH.
We got Hogan coming in, and we're like, oh man, yeah, Hogan's gonna do his thing because we know Hogan, right? We're all safe with Hogan. To be honest, it's F Hogan, especially since he want to do that whole thing at the Republican National Party. That was weird, but I mean, again, we're back in the 90s. We see Hogan. Oh man, what's Hogan doing here? That's WWF's guy. That's Vince McMahon's guy. He's there. He's about to save someone. He drops the leg drop on Macho Man, I believe.
Boom.
Was it Macho Man?
Yep.
Yeah.
He drops the leg drop on Macho Man. What the? What do you mean? What's going on? He's the third man of the Outsiders. Now they form the NWO, the biggest faction in WCW's history. Bloodline
Here-
saved WWE. NWO saved WCW.
Here's my argument to that.
Go ahead.
Well, that wasn't Hogan's debut. He was already in WCW.
I didn't say it was his debut.
Oh, you were talking about that's Vince McMahon's guy. My bad. Here's the thing. I can't base who the better faction was because of the heel turn. When you think of the NWO, you think of Hogan turning heel. The ratings go up, but what do you think of outside of that? I think of burying people. I think of I don't look back on the NWO at that time like, wow, they did this, and this. The greatest thing that the NWO did was that debut. Because also the same thing that saved WCW also played a part in the same thing that tore WCW down.
Okay, so I agree with that, but I'm saying we are back in the 90s here, right?
I understand.
We're back in the 90s here. NWO is it. It's the epitome of cool. That's it. Yes, they added way too much people. Why was Dennis Rodman in there? And then he also played basketball that night. We'll never know. But NWO was cool. Promos, cool. It was like the only thing I can surmise NWO is it was like when before they got way too much people. It was when TNA had their Aces of Eights.
Great
and we
story.
was like,
greatest
we
story
was like,
ever told.
I was like, yeah, this is cool. And then Taz had a had a vest, and we was like, huh? At a certain point, it got dragged out, but NWO was that at one point that was wrestling. You wanted an NWO shirt. You don't have to. You don't care. It's not like now where you have wrestling fans and wrestling fans buy them. No. NWO was the 90s at one point because you knew who wrestling fans were because they all had NWO shirts. Merch was selling through the roof. Like I said, I understand why it's the bloodline because of what you said and how basically it elevated. Roman did his job of elevating everybody, and we're still telling the story to this day. Even Jimmy, even though he's injured on and off, but he still has a very funny run. Paul Heyman, very, very good run, which is weird to say as a manager, but still. But I'm NWO, it was a lot. Like I said, I get why it's a bloodline, but NWO saved and buried WCW. But we didn't know about the bury part till later. When they start adding random people, and Scott Steiner was bringing a tiger down to the ring and Bash at the beach. But yeah, I understand why it's the bloodline, but I want to go on record to say NWO.
The only thing I just want to say is 622 1316. 622 is the amount of days that the Usos had the WWE Tag Team Championships.
Yep.
1316, obviously, of course, is the amount of days Roman Reigns had the Universal and WWE Undisputed Championship. NWO, top to bottom, they made factions what they are. Besides the Horsemen and all those other people, they made the biggest impact in the wrestling business in that probably ever. Honestly, if we're going to be frank about it.
Jacob Fatu still does the Scott Hall walk.
He's still like
Yo, do y'all
everyone.
see that random black dude on TikTok who just calls it Fatu and he's just walking in random?
Yes, but he
random
has like the
places, just
uncle.
like-
he does like the Uncle Ruckus face. Uncle Ruckus
Yeah.
face. Yeah.
Like
Sorry, go ahead, Jay.
everyone is taking something from NWO. You know, we got Damian Priest, who's a big Scott Hall fan. He also has elements of Kevin Nash. We got Hulk Hogan, who we can kind of compare to modern day Roman. Like NWO could have been that dominant faction, like the Bloodline, and raise people like they did, but they did that fuckery on Starrcade when Hulk Hogan faced Sting. It wasn't clean. They never put anyone over that clean. Yeah, we got Goldberg. Goldberg lost to who? Kevin Nash with a fucking cattle prod. Like
The fucking
because
cattle
it's
prawn.
because of Scott Hall.
And then
Like
Kevin Nash dropped the title to who? How?
to Hulk
Finger poke of
Hogan,
doom.
the finger fucking poke of doom. We fast forward to Bret Hart being in the NWO. We fast forward to Jeff Jarrett having a new NWO 2000. It was just a random amount of fuckery that we will never ever see happen within the bloodline. Yes, we got a new bloodline going on right now, but we're not replacing it with fucking Virgil and Bill DeMott. We got fucking Tama Tonga. We got I'm sorry. I mean, because we got Tonga Loa. That's but anyway.
Questionable.
I don't care what
questionable.
no one says. Tongalo is mad funny.
he's
He's fucking-
Him raising the other hand because his eye got injured is mad funny to me.
intentionally funny. Like the bloodline just dominated, and they kind of saved the Usos. Not like before that, the Usos is already considered one of the greatest tag teams of all time. But before that, Usos and New Day, pre-shows of SummerSlam, pre-shows of Money in the Bank. It wasn't on the WrestleMania card. Get with the bloodline. They are the fucking main event of WrestleMania, defending the tag team titles at WrestleMania. Come
Correct.
on.
Man.
A whole bloodline WrestleMania at 39. Come on now.
Come on.
Right. And don't forget, we got a random inclusion of The Rock. So he's a whole.
And then we got the I'm not saying
Yeah,
anything
go
else.
ahead.
Yeah,
Go
I'm
ahead.
not saying anything else.
yeah, let's not forget The Rock, okay?
The fucking Rock. Come on now. The final boss with the we
Sir,
can't.
sir, if they don't put that music in 2K24, I
That's
need that final boss entrance.
crazy.
I need that. I need that, bro.
Crazy work. All right.
I'll set it off. As far as titles, match quality, I'm sorry. The answer to me, and like this is no disrespect to the Wyatt family, but as far as the Wyatt family as a collective, the only matches with the Wyatt family that I'm going back and watching is the matches with the six mans with the Shield and a couple random Harper and Rowan versus the Usos.
That cage
And
match
like-
with DB.
Yeah, the Bray cage with DB, John Cena, but the
It's a lot.
Undisputed Era has, I have a hard drive filled with all of Adam Cole's NXT matches, all of them, everything he's ever wrestled in NXT.
Yeah,
And
I'm not gonna lie.
Match quality alone,
Him versus Ricochet.
come on, bro. Match
So you-
quality alone and accolades and like championship, I'm going with the UE very easily. Sorry.
So you don't
Derek,
got
please don't be mad at me. I understand you love Bray Wyatt. This is no slight against Bray Wyatt, but just the Undisputed Era as a collective in NXT. Adam Cole is the greatest NXT champion of all time. And it's just the Undisputed Era literally carried that entire company.
Sir, do you want my Peacock passwords? You don't have to have all that in your hard drive. Like,
No, bro. No. Why would I do it? I don't have to click on the episode and scroll through. I literally just have the matches.
Derron, you want to input?
I'm gonna go Wyatt's.
Mm.
I love the UE, but I'm sorry, the Wyatts from day one. And I know they try to
it was
make
cold.
stars out of Rowan. I know they try to make stars out of Rowan, and they definitely had a better star in Luke. And you had Fat Braun with the kip up, with them shorts that made it look like he pissed himself in the middle. But the Wyatt family. So here's my problem. I wish the UE had a chance to go main roster.
Not at that time. Not me.
That's what I'm saying. I wish they had a shot. Like, even though we did get the Adam Cole versus Daniel Bryan match,
And Seth
which
Rollins.
was crazy. But like, the Wyatt family just had it, bro. Like, in terms of like mysticism, it wasn't about titles with them. Like, it wasn't about titles, even though Bray got one title or two?
2.
Bray got two. I think Braun got two.
3.
Well, three if you don't count that. Is it
Bray
three?
got 3.
If Bray got 3, Braun got 2.
1.
I think
One?
Braun has 1.
1.
1, and then the one from Jeddah, the green one that no one ever sees ever again.
Still champion to this day.
Right. So there's Braun got 1, and Harper and Roman are multiple time tag champs. I don't know. I'm just gonna go Wyatt's because Bray knew how to get you. And I'm not doing this because he passed, but Bray knew how to get you. The UE, some of the best goddamn matches in NXT. Alex, I'm not gonna lie. The fucking Kyle O'Reilly versus Adam Cole.
Come on, bro.
Oh,
UE
that moment where-
always. No, go ahead.
go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, you got it. You got it. Go ahead. You can finish up.
The moment where God damn, why his name escaped me right now? Roderick Strong puts on the actual UE armband.
I was in the building for that. That was crazy.
But for me, it's a Wyatt family. Sorry, Dre. Go ahead.
No, you good. Obviously, Wyatt family made a significant impact in our lives, like forever. They started off at NXT. They was doing well at NXT. Then they came up and they did a bunch of stuff on the main roster too. Obviously, they don't have the accolades as the UE individually, yes, but collectively, no. I'm still have hope someday. Maybe if the wrestling guys will open up the clouds, that we get an undisputed era main roster run in WWE.
Who's replacing Bobby Fish? Yeah, who's replacing Bobby Fish? Because
we need Bobby. We need Bobby in there too. We gotta have Bobby in there too.
No needs for his needs.
That's crazy. I'm going undisputed. No disrespect to the Wyatt family. All right, final 4.
I'm gonna start it off. Evolution.
Shield. Oh yeah, the Shield beat Evolution
twice.
Bloodline versus Undisputed. It looks like it's going to be an all Roman final. I don't know.
I'm not gonna lie. Just because Dre said that, I'm gonna go Bloodline.
You go, Dre.
I'm sorry, Daniel. I'm gonna go Bloodline too.
I'm also gonna go Bloodline.
Clean sweep. The Roman finals. Roman numeral.
Bloodline. I feel like
Shield.
Roman took what he learned from. I feel like Roman took what he learned from the Shield and perfected it with the bloodline.
I have a bold statement in saying Shield. I don't know why. That's just I can't. I don't know. I don't know.
Nah.
I don't know. I don't know.
Nah, I know he did that. You out here giving Daniel headaches.
All right. Let's talk about this. So, the Shield. Great collectively. Only person that I liked individually when the Shield broke up was Dean Ambrose. Seth was a heel, so I didn't like him. And Roman was force-fed, and I didn't like him. Roman couldn't talk. Roman couldn't do anything.
He said sucker and succotash in one of his promos.
He sure did. And then don't forget that one for the Royal Rumble where he was like, declare for the Royal Rumble. And then he's like, and it was just like this real weird, awkward moment.
Right. And
The
then
Shield-
John Cena told him how to do a promo.
The Shield as a unit will go down as probably especially with accolades, greatest 3-man of all time. They were different, great debut, coming out through the crowd, especially when they turned babyface and they had those cool masks. Then the reunion was fucking dope. But the bloodline. We love Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns learned how to talk. Roman came back from beating leukemia while he was still doing the Shield thing, and everyone cheered and booed him the next night. Like, next time he was on TV. Went right back to booing him. When this man comes back, that is going to be an astronomical pop. Okay?
You know what? You just have to hear the music. He don't even have to come out.
Like,
The music alone would.
It's going to be so different. Roman's aura, even when I'd be like, even when there was times where I was like, man, this motherfucker Roman, he ain't never here. This is bullshit. Like, where is he at? He ain't defending this title. That man's music hit. And I was looking at the TV like, wow, look at that handsome guy right there.
So, question: would you say Roman has the same amount of aura as the final boss? Because the first time that final boss aura was different.
I'm going to be honest. The final boss, that first entrance, there was some aura. All the entrances after that, I was like, here comes The Rock. Every time Roman comes out, I'm like, look at him. Just look at him. Roman is different. I don't give like The Rock is a huge star, obviously, and he has aura. He'll always have that Rock aura. But Roman's is just a little different, bro.
I agree, but that final boss aura is crazy.
Listen, the song is great. The fucking video on the video wall is fantastic. But we don't need Rock needs all the pomp and circumstances. My boy Roman just said, "Hit the music." I'm cooling.
I don't know. Watch your mouth.
He just looks cool. I'm sorry, sir. Roman right now is just a different caliber of superstar. So it is my honor to announce that the greatest WWE stable of all time is the Bloodline. Dre said,
Dre, chill out. Dre.
Bloodline.
All right.
That's what I thought he was chosen.
Next week, who got the best ass in WWE?
Not this again.
they want us to do that so bad.
Hey, that keeps popping up every time we
Telling you.
finish it. This is trending. This is what the horny world is doing right now. This is all
I'm not
trending.
gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. Go to that
What?
first one. Go to that first one. Look at that video game one.
Hey, yo,
Go to the video game one. Go down.
can everyone
Go
just
down.
look at their
Look at that
phones?
video game one. That's
That's
crazy.
crazy.
Can everyone just look at their phones and check out what I just sent you on Instagram?
I'm sorry. Hold on. Come on.
All right, so this is the show, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to wrap this the holy fuck up, and
Why are we still scrolling on this? Get out
yeah,
of this.
I'm trying. I forgot what I was doing.
Did you look at your phone?
Yeah, I did. So
Oh,
yeah,
okay,
that's why we're
yeah,
wrapping the
that's
show
fine.
up because
I'm hard. You know what?
not again, not again, not a goddamn again.
Derron, thank you for coming. Pause.
Nah, you did the right thing. You said the right thing. Yeah, I'm doing that
Thank
right
you for
now.
joining in from Jamaica. I'm very, very happy you were able to join us live from the
problem.
motherland.
Yo, why is Samantha doing? Nah, fam.
She's trying to get fired or something.
Is she? What's going on with her?
No, she's trying to get fired.
I'm sorry. This turned to a very old man sound.
Thank you guys. Thank you guys for tuning in to another edition of the 3D Wrestling Podcast. You could follow our personal greatest ECW world champion of all time, King Apollo. He's in the motherland, so he's not going to be doing anything near you for like another week, but go find him. He DJs, he does stand up. Make sure you go show him some love. Make sure you go follow him at King Apollo with a, how it's spelled down there. We got our patriarch of the 3D Wrestling Podcast, Sir Dre Macon. You can follow him at Dre Macon. Make sure you go check out Macon Productions because they are what, that's what makes it all possible with all of our great clips and sound effects and all of that stuff and our tournaments and everything. It is all because of Dre Macon and Macon Productions. Mayhem Monday Night Macon. And you could follow me at Daniel_Lamar on Instagram, at Lamar Loves Wrestling on TikTok. And make sure you come back next week. Same 3D time, same 3D channel. Thank you, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. Y'all have a good fight. Good night.